Alright, it's been a lot of work. Got the motor mostly put in on Wednesday. So I got it all buttoned up, tapped out the holes I needed to, all that good stuff. Got the motor most of the way in. I don't know how I managed to get it in before without taking the motor mounts off, but I did. So I put a new pilot bushing in. This time I took the motor mounts off, and it just slid right together, which that's a pro tip for you. I got everything hooked up. Obviously no carburator. Distributor's just plopped in. I'm pretty sure it's right. It's at top dead center, but it's either timed right or 180 out, which it's not the end of the world. I got to put some fresh oil in it. I got a new battery from GM. This was only $115, like out the door with taxes in California, so that's really good price. I kind of wanted the extra post up here, and I'm glad to see these are set back, so I don't think it's going to be a problem. That's so I can wire in a separate fuse/relay panel so that I can get the electric fan done properly, and also for the fuel pump wiring when I'm ready to get this thing actually driving down the road. So yeah, since I destroyed my previous temp sensor, I bought a new one for cheap. And yeah, so join me as I do whatever the hell it is I do. So first thing I'm going to do is get this thing gooped up and put in there. This temp sensor. I haven't added water. I'm not going to fire it up with water until after I get it running and verify that number 3 rod has not gone through the block or something, which I doubt it would. But you never know. I want to start. There we go. Conveniently fits a 19 socket. I'm sorry, 17 socket. Of course, header life. There we go. Call that good enough. Let's see, gotta add oil, then I'll set the carburator on there. I think those are 13s if I was to guess. Uh, 13. Well, these guys got the oil thing. I stepped it up to 530 oil. I figure if it gets warm, that little extra will protect it. Got a new filter on. God, why do they do this? I hate these things. Glug, glug, glug. It's funny. So Walmart sells this. And on this bottle, advanced full synthetic. The other one's full synthetic. But this says 20,000 miles. Which, anyone who goes that long is kind of crazy. Oh, damn it. Don't ruin my shirt. Oh, well. Yeah, this one says 10,000 miles. Whatever. Another prophylactic. I'm just going to put a full 6 in. Might read a little high, but that's okay. No handle on the side. You can tell I'm used to doing the other stuff. But the first thing we'll do is get this thing cranking over. Get some oil pressure built. Wing it over for a good minute or so. I'll probably swap the battery out at that point so that I got some more juice. And then we'll fire it up. If it idles for a minute and runs decent, then I'll add water. Then we'll get it running again. Then I'll throw a timing light on it. I don't know how much of this I'm going to do today, but that's the plan basically. Golly, it's chilly now. It was hot earlier today. So yeah, I just must have forgotten the torque number 3, as you saw in the last video. I ran through all of them and just made sure that everything was torqued proper, and it was. You know, I ought to do probably fish out that piece of foil. There we go. So oil's added, feel good about that. And one of the cables I cut in the back must have destroyed a ground for the brakes or something, or the brake switch, light switch, just decided to be stupid and die on me, which wouldn't be totally surprising. Oh, my T-Rex guards for that thing over there. I already put the ones down below the engine case. And as you notice, I got bolts on here. I kind of wanted to use bolts anyway, so I'm hoping these are long enough. I know that they don't have to be crazy tight, but I need to get vacuum port. And one of the things that I got for this car that hasn't arrived yet is Thunderhead 289 on YouTube. Old Uncle Luke, he sells a thing called a carb cheater. And I think that's going to be a very good tool for me to figure out what the hell I'm doing when I'm tuning. You know, it's funny, people think like, oh no, this... What the hell is that? Oh, the Corvette logo fell off, but I don't care about that. People are like, man, you really lift the whole engine with... Yeah, it's fine. It works good. You don't have to worry about it. These engine plates, it's not the best thing on the planet, but it's functional. Carbontator and a gasket. Oh, I fished the hydraulic line for the clutch down below. So that's the back, that's the front rather. Although, yeah, I should just wing it over with it open first. Let's get the battery hook back up. I need to replace the stupid self-contained bolts in there. I wasn't able to get them out, and the harness is really rather tight. There we go, got lights. So one thing you don't want to do if you're trying to nurse a motor back to life is just shoot carb cleaner on an open intake. That means all the air in the world, and it'll just burn that shit up immediately. So, and then all of a sudden it'll rev to the moon. It'll just go straight to red line completely unregulated, and that's not a good long-term solution. We'll get some other hoses hooked up and stuff before we get cooking too far. Put that down. A vacuum hose. I need to get Mr. Long Boy here. Well, screwdriver, not long boy. Dumb. Oh, I need to tighten down the distributor, at least so that it doesn't move much. Because that'll definitely move, and then I'll be in a world of hurt. But anyway, so the carb cheater, you can run an adapter plate to get this up and get another vacuum source. Since I got that, I'm going to go ahead and tap that, or put a new fitting and make it a dual thing for the carb cheater. I'll do a video on the carb cheater. What was I doing? What the hell was I doing? Okay. This is where, when you've been working on stuff for too long, you can't remember what you're doing. Oh, hold down. Carbentator hold down. That's that guy. And I know it's a 7/16 rather, because I just grabbed whatever bolt would fit, which ironically that would fit in the battery thing if I could get that out. But, and I've lost every washer. That's the one thing I hate about distributors, is this particular bolt. Just, oh, that's gone forever. I don't see it. Ah, there it is. All right, let me get a magnet. I got 4 out of the 6 bell housing bolts installed. Since I got to do some work under the car anyway, later I'll just get the other 2. So it's the 2 tops are done and the bottom 2 are done. I figure for what we're doing, that should be sufficient. As you see, nothing's lighting on fire so far, so you know that's good. Yeah, the distributor hold downs are rather irritating. And knowing my luck, I'm going to have to pull this thing out anyway. So everything's buttoned up. Cooling system is ready to rock. There we go. Alright, so now we can wing it over. And let's see if we get some oil pressure on this bad boy. Ding, 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 ding. Alright. Still loose. Or the battery's already a piece of shit, which I would not be surprised by at all. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to get the battery swapped out. Alright, welcome back. So, the bolts I have will work, but I just need new ones of these. I didn't realize it has all this extra stuff in here. I really hate side post stuff. As you can see why. That might start, we'll see. Alright, let's see if Mr. AC and Delco will work better. Got plenty of clearance here. So it's missing the tie down. I'll figure that out later. But oh, this stupid. There's Mr. Beagle doing Beagle things. Oh, what a pain in the ass. There we go. Okay. Yeah, the 8mm is stripped out. So I got the ground on the blocks. I don't think that's a problem. Tight. Boy, that's seems a lot stronger already. Let me go grab an 8. Do it properly. 6, 8. Seriously. Doing nothing. Yeah, I need to order a set of those. For sure. Yeah, it's just garbage. Garbage. But for now, it'll be okay. Random hardware. There you go. Tight. Okay. How about now? Come on. Come on. Sure making a bunch of noise, isn't it? Is this kinked or something? I mean, you guys watch me add oil. There's got to be oil in it. Yep. Right up to the full mark. Could be that the gauge is just crummy as well. Come on. Go in your home. Why don't you go home? There we go. I can tell you why. It's because it's bent to crap. I got a little rowdy with it. There we go. It's got oil, but I want to see oil pressure on the gauge. Probably takes a little while to fill stuff up. There we go. There we go. Alright. This side of an engine's noisy, isn't it? Okay. Sweet. Now, carbontator. I had it right. That dog. It's just typical beagle. They're just annoying animals. The other thing I could do is just put a fitting back out here, which is probably the smart thing to do. So I may just do that instead. And I know why they did studs on these, to make it easier to line stuff up. But I'm not that smart. You definitely don't want to drop this into the intake. Where am I going to put that? I'll put that there. That battery is much stronger, as you can tell. There we go. That went through. Come on. There we go. Boy, I just guessed just right on those. Well, right enough anyway. There we go. I'm going to get these washers out of here. These are for Cummins. I don't know what part they're for. But I parted out a bunch of 6VTs that I had. And there's a 13. And I, of course, kept all the hardware. Cannot tell you how many projects of mine have random Cummins hardware on them. There we go. That goes there. This goes over here. I just don't want a vacuum leak. Let's see who texts me. Email. Again, you don't have to yeet on these from what I understand. So on a Holly this is much more simple, but this Edelbrock's a little different. No, I think it's a 12. Yeah, it's a 12. Hey, it's close enough. Or it's a ½ inch. I can never tell when I'm at the depot what size what is. They don't really say. That's probably good enough. Already got some fuel going to it. Got oil pressure. Let's see if we got anything. Cross your fingies. So it'll either be in time or it'll be 180 out. It's probably 180 out, knowing my luck. Sounds very strange. Yeah, I'm gonna take this out, flip it around. I'll advance it even more, although I don't think that's an issue. Nah. Alright, let me get this sucker flipped around. Thought just occurred to me. I'm going to say that again in case the video cut off. Thought just occurred to me. There's my mom. Okay. Thought just occurred to me that when I say that the timing's 180 degrees out, what I mean is that it's firing on the wrong cylinders at the wrong time. So that means your timing is out of whack, and it's easy to get it 180 degrees out. There's surefire ways, but people have done this for decades and still screwed this stuff up. So I just do it the hard way. I put the timing mark on 0 on the balancer, stab it in where number 1 is over here, and I have not touched these. These are all perfect. So considering it's not popping off, that tells me that this is an issue, that this is probably 180 degrees out. Sometimes it'll backfire through the carburetor here, but in this case it didn't. So basically all you have to do is, see how this is pointing this way? I need to install it so that it's pointing that way. And you can't just flip this for whatever reason. It'd be nice if they did, but the good news is because it's 180 out, the oil pump drive, which is just like a flat blade screwdriver on this thing, that's kind of what it takes. It'll still be in the same position when I put it in. So as you'll notice, because it's got a spiral gear, it twists on the way out. So that means I need to do this. Install it about there. There we go. It's about right. So it's not that bad. It's just more annoying than anything. Of course, like I said, all sorts of fun getting that thing lined up. In the wrong spot. There we go. And then you don't tighten this up all the way because until you're done fully adjusting it. So the fact that it turns a little bit is fine. no big deal. So, get my shitty vacuum line hooked back up. Get this thing back on here. And for the astute among you, you'll notice this is a different color cap. Well, I never really liked that China thingy bob that I got. Where did the screwdriver go? It's black handled. It's black handled. It's black handled, and it's gone AWOL already. Oh, there it is. So I got a Jegs distributor, and what's funny is so the guy was selling it locally for dirt cheap, $50, brand new, never used. Nice guy. He went fuel injection, so he got rid of the distributor, which makes sense. Like that. And then you can turn that to get access to that one. Get that hook in. Alright, hook up the rest of it. And we'll see if we have any mojo now. This is negative. That's no problem. I tightened this ground up. I think it was a little loose. I was unhappy as a result. Get that connected back up. And that. Let's give it a shot. I hate this lock cylinder. Nothing. I'm going to check and see if I still got 12 volts there. I should. We'll give it a little fuel, see what happens. God, that sounds terrible. Flammable juice. Let's see if this does anything. It could be that I've got no 12 volts. Or it's now 180 out. And it didn't have enough fuel. What the hell is that noise? That was weird. Yeah, I think I had it timed right. It's now backfiring out. Didn't have enough fuel. Anyway, let me get that flipped around again. You can see it's about 10 minutes. Not a big deal. So let me do that, and then I will bring you back. Okay, let's get this back up. I turned it 180. I hope it's right. Guess we'll find out. And lift off. Way too much timing. Did not like that. Maybe it's just way off. Boy. There we go. Ooh. I got shocked. That was fun. There we go. Alright, let's hook up some fuel. Yeah, let's get some fuel hooked up and see how it goes. Alright, so timing was way off, but that's... as long as it runs, I can retime it later. It's not the end of the world. Got plenty of adjustability. So, fuel. Let's see if we hear any knocky knock knock. I didn't hear anything. So that was like way over advanced timing where it's trying to fire way like as the piston's coming up, and that's why it doesn't like that. So when it does that as the piston's coming up and it fires, that's no bueno. They don't like that. Not gonna kill it, but it still doesn't like it. Yeah, my lights are still on. Need to figure that out. Chevrolet is gray. .8 volts, which isn't much, but it should be enough to get going. Alright, we got fuel now. Now, this stupid fuel pressure regulator, the second one I put on, this thing sucks. So honestly, I'm going to deep six that. Well, it's now, there we go, now it's passing fuel. 6.5 pounds, that's too much. This is getting cold already. Alright, 3.5 pounds. Let's see how that does. And we'll listen for knocky knocky knock. Bowls are full. It's got fuel. Need some more. It's pretty cold. Not cold, but okay, no knocking. It's a good sign. Hey turbo, look at that. Do it again. Timing's still way off. Do I still have fuel pressure? No more fuel again. That fucking regulator sucks. So I'm going to deep six that, and I'm going to put this on the charger. thing is terrible. So let me unwind that. Anyway, I'll bring you back once I get it going. Okay. So I think part of that problem is that stupid fuel line. The Edelbrocks don't like that much fuel pressure. See, now it's filling the bowl. I'll bet you it'll run now. I should probably get a timing light out on it, which I've got right over here. And you probably won't be able to see anything that I'm doing here. And I didn't put a charger on it. But it'll just have to run a little rich for now. And maybe I need to tighten my ground a little bit better. It doesn't feel great. Number one. And it's got to go that way. No knocking. See if we're charging. We are not charging. How about now? No, we're not charging. That's okay. Like 10. No knocking. 45 pounds of pressure. And it's just running really rich. Oh, I lost fuel pressure. Now it's cleaning up because it's got less fuel. Now it's got fuel again. Alright, I'm not mad about that. And we lost pressure again. I need to figure out a way to do something about that, or just throw the Holly back on. No knocking. I'm pleased with the no knocking. That's good. Still got 45 pounds. This damn thing. Oh, timing's way off still. So, that's good to know. So what I'm going to do is call it quits for tonight. Quit while I'm ahead. Discretion, better part of valor. I'm going to put that on the charger. It's running. It's definitely running rich, but it's alive. And no knocking, so I think I got away with one on the... that rod bolt, those two rod bolts. So yeah, it's alive. It's not dead. It doesn't sound amazing. I think the timing's still way out, but for an initial fire up and test, I'm pleased with that, and we'll just go from there. All right, get out and do something hard.